7:06 p.m. 7:07 p.m. December 22nd, 2022. Thursday. There we go. All right, stay put. Take a deep breath and just relax. I hope you've been having a good day. My contacts are really drying my eyes out, so excuse me. There are two things coming together to create a third thing. See, there's one there and one there. One in light and dark, the other one dark and light. They're coming together and creating something in between with a union. Something being brought back from the past. Something you had a home with. It could be anything that is considered a ghost to you now. A habit, a personality aspect. Oh, sorry. Anything that you let go. Something's changed and coming back to you because it's something you need. From the fractal of where you've already been. This could be happening right now. This could have happened already. When a rattle is sounded, it's because someone needs something. When the baby is shaking a rattle. Good news is coming, but it's going to be probably, or good news has come and it's been covered in a bunch of other things. And you're trying to see your way through it or gain the clarity in something. Be still and let it reveal itself to you. 9, 9, 10. The serpent and the corn are the same numerical value. The serpent in this energy is on top of the sun, and there's a sun here and a sun there. It's a restoration, a rebirth, a shedding of old skin and doing something different while still being something from the past. So maybe your inner child, who you were, some habit you had, some artistic creation, something you used to do, or a way you were that you haven't been for a while, has something like God has reminded you of it, and it sounded something in you. And the recent few days, you've probably been feeling something regarding what you've been doing in the past that's causing a little bit of a shakeup in your life because you're remembering and seeing how abundant you felt when you did that thing. For me, it was making that painting, little teeny weeny painting. And I was like, this is fun. So I have a whole stash of boxes back there now with paint and stuff. And it, delivers creation for me. And I hadn't done it since I was a child. But I stood still. The past and the future came together. Something from the past brought to the present through the sound of the rattle. Something came back. I saw the value in something, and now the outcome is different. Soul retreat. Sorry, my nose is sniffly. It's so cold out there. So cold. The weather did not want to listen today. But I have been sleeping most of the day. I went to sleep I woke up at 6 in the morning. I went back to sleep at noon for a nap. I woke up at 6 in the afternoon. I was like, okay, let's do a reading. The rattle and the standstill card are the same numerical value. Thunder, sacrifice, and wild woman. No, we're not doing that. What else? Standstill and the rattle. They're both a number 7. So a call from the divine, a call from your gods, your guides and ancestors, your past life, something from divinity to bring you closer to who you are. Or for you to see something in your environment that you need to be removing, like a snake in the cornfields, or ghosts of the past in your harvest, or a boundary that you've placed so tightly around yourself that it's disconnecting you from the rest of the world. Or intruding on others' boundaries because you want what's theirs, because you're not happy with your own life, wherever you are on that situation. Don't make it yours if it's not yours. But if you're resonating with this, find the advice within you for this situation. Look past the smoky mirror and find the humble and meekness within you. Bring the upper world to the lower world, or to the middle world. You are worthy of having your own things. You don't need to covet someone else's. You know what I mean? What else do you guys need to know? There's a message for everyone. The devil, the hermit, the princess of cups. Hiding a lot of sexual energy and addiction. Hiding a lot of attraction towards someone. Hiding a lot of curiosity in someone. Standing at a distance and trying to see what's going on over there. Not realizing what's going on behind you while you're busy shining the light on someone else's cornfield. Or you have people in your cornfield that shouldn't be there. Either way, if they're there and they're not supposed to be there, those two snakes working on something fall away into a ghost dance. Justice. What's yours is yours. What's theirs is theirs. And what isn't, isn't. Quite simple. No need for battles, no need for wars, no need for conflict. Because then, energetically, that shows that you are afraid. And what's yours is yours. You see how they seem bound? But they have horns. Not everything is as it seems. That's not really the devil. That's the imagery of the Baphomet, the thing that connects the mortal realm to the divine realm. The wisdom. The Sophia. The Venus. There's new creation made by the feathered serpents. In the middle world, with justice, the dark, quote unquote, brought to light. And what was seen is that it's not very dark at all. What was dark was what these people were seeing from a place of fear in the distance. When what they were actually looking at is something completely of the divine, not what they were told to think it is. They even say Moses has horns. This is where, hold on. See? I'm sorry, I'm not in front of the camera. I have this much room to work with. So one of these days I'll sorry. They all just war with you guys or something. But You're starting to see things more clearly, more divinely. You're starting to see things more as the gods do, not as mankind told you to. You found the wisdom in the light and the wisdom in the dark, inner and outer, both on male and female sides. Or at least some of you have. Those of you that this is resonating with. The others of you, you're going to be, or you're witnessing. Kind of like you're walking down the street and you're seeing something and you're like, oh, that's cool. King of Air. No lies detected. 3 eagles. A king of water wanting to communicate something. A king of water, a seahorse carries children. The male seahorse carries children. So a male who is very motherly and works with bringing alignment to his mind and body. Someone could be seeing a therapist or psychiatrist or switching the place where they get advice from, or maybe that's your advice, depending on where you are on the wavelength of this. Excuse this lady. It is -5 degrees outside. Someone could be seeing a counselor. And yes, it is -5 degrees outside. It's cold. It's real cold. Ten of Pentacles. Ten of Earth. Finally. So body, mind, the counselor, Ten of Earth, emotions, intellect. And someone lying to you guys with card readings. And they play cards. Putting on a show, but they're actually hurting themselves and others, and they're chained by an entity. Wherever it is in your life that uses maybe a red playing cards. And is considered exceptionally attractive. Or something. Like, look at how pretty that card is. There's a little fluffy white cat, butterfly. It's gorgeous. Not eye right here. But they're being used by an entity. Ten of Swords. King of Earth. Masculine or feminine being used by a low vibrational entity. For what? Do something like that with other people's energy. Be aware. that these people, whatever you guys are connected to, those of you who are trying to bring balance to your emotions, intellect, mind, and body, there are counselors in either your family or your environment that are wearing masks. I can't really, I mean, Wheel of Fortune, Page of Cups, Three of Wands, turn away from something, walk away from something. A counselor, a King of Water, the King of Water pretending to be a counselor, mind and body, emotions and intellect, and then Ten of Pentacles. This can be looked at as someone gaining a harvest, corn, in the middle world through emotions, intellect, mind, and body. King of Water, counselor, Ten of Earth. But Eight of Swords, Five of Pentacles, Queen of Fire, the Witch card, Ten of Swords, complete betrayal, and a man dealing with vanity. What's the advice here? Because this energy is really kindergarten. Focus on your abundance, focus on yourself, focus on those around you. Recognize who, like if someone tried to lie to someone from like the Golden Girls, right? You Blanche or Sophia or Dorothy would probably be like, "What the fuck, you guys are?" They could see right through it. But since there's double Wisdom card, double Hermit, and a the Devil card, a Serpent card, and then the Justice card, something between the Ghost dance, the Mirror, and the Rattle needs to be brought to your awarenesses. What that is, I don't know. It could be your mailman. It could be your cashier. Could be something you're watching on the internet. You see the nets over there on my head, the connections, the wires, the cords, the masks, and then the mask right here coming off on top of a standstill card so that you can see through the smoky mirror. If you use your emotions and your intellect along with proper counsel, you'll be able to see clearly within yourself how to harness your emotional state to see through the bullshit. Oh, come on, Mike. You see how he's holding a book of life or the book of knowledge? There's no density. The eyes aren't black. You see this card? Body, mind. One eye isn't working right, is it? Has feathers on it. Same feathers from those snakes. Same feathers from the ones who were observing that aren't supposed to be observing. And the same things coming out of their head. See those horns? See those horns? See those horns? See those horns? You see those horns? See those horns? Okay, wait. Now, what do they need to know internally so they can be aware of charlatans, snake oil sales? Um, Other than standing still, being grateful for what they have, seeing things clearly, etc., what can they actually physically do? You see how there's no cards coming out? What can you do? Don't feed the trolls. If you're doing this to yourself, what can you do? child in death and rebirth. Be compassionate with yourself. Be joyful. Be happy. Just change your wavelength from being in a state of conflict and drama to being in a state of just being okay. The more you look for justice and the more you try to point out the shadows, the more the shadows just keep thinking that they're doing something right because they're twisting the light into their own shadow. If you're doing this to yourself, then what you're pretty much doing is taking your inner child and punishing it daily by making it feel like it's not good enough to be who it is. Because of counsel you've received over the years that have been imbued in your water and your cellular memory, that a mistake or an imperfection or something means that you're not good enough. But you are. You always have been. You always will be. And no matter what you do or what you think you've done, you're still loved. So what can you do? Hang out with your inner child, with yourself, with your children, your family, people that aren't trying to betray you and backstab you all the time. And let yourself heal from all the people who have been around you, who have been absolute terrible people to you, and you thought it was your fault. They were just snakes. And all snakes can bite and do most of the time if given any reason. They don't go out of their way to attack, but if you give them a reason, they do. And if they're scared, then they definitely attack. And if you're in the dark like this, and something like this comes at you, you might attack it, wouldn't you? When it's the same exact thing you're supposed to be protecting inside that egg. But you can't see that. Some of you, internally or externally, due to distractions, taught, and taught, generation after generation, of how things are supposed to be on heaven and earth. But hold on a minute. What if they're not? Loyalty and faithfulness is way more important than following things that just don't work. Habits, mindsets, thoughts, things you do, things you think, places you live, things you use keys for. It's great that you're so whatever you consider yourself to be, light, dark, in between, who cares? But is the water you're in, the body that your water is it full of whale shit? Is it full of other people's experiences and memories, other people's opinions? Or have you used that as fertilizer and compost for what's yours? It's up to you to see where you are. It's up to you if you wearing a mask is a lie or an adornment of your truth. It's up to you if you want to use that sword to attack a child, or if you want to use that sword to protect a child. It's not the devil conscious choices you're making, internally and externally. You can have this, or you can have this. Either way, it's justice, no matter how you look at it. Okay. Proper advice cards, as this energy is tangled in on each other like a tapestry. And if I keep digging into it and looking at all of the, oh no, did I break this? Dig into this energy, try to analyze it for you. And I may as well, call the fucking seminar. Let's use these pretty little fairy cards. Sorry. Yeah. I might be back later to do another video, but I'm not sure. The Hedge Witch, Herb Wisdom Secrets and Hidden Lore. Readiness, bounty, and plenty. Okay. So your advice is to use herbal wisdom, to use your secrets and the occult knowledge and magic you know to contribute to the world around you and your physical body in a more natural way, so that you can get the devilish energy out of you, the enchantment, the beguilement, the enspellment, so you can 1 + 8 that shit into a 9 and send it away, so that you can think clearly and have your waters that you're drinking and eating and consuming and thinking be clear, which requires you to go back to something in the past that you used to do. Could even be some way of eating that worked for you, and just try it for a few days. Try it for a little bit. And then be silent and observe your life. What does that say? Cunning woman. Enspellment, beguilement, and whatever. Enchantedness, right? 9 and 1 goes to a 10. So, in a way, when you get all those toxins out of your body, all that sugar, all the dead animal flesh, when you start creating and doing things again and connecting with the earth, becoming silent, observant, and wily with yourself and your thoughts, you're going to realize how elf struck you've been, in a good way and a bad way, throughout time, by thinking certain things were worse than they are, simply due to what you were consuming and what the result of that was in your body. Listen to me. 33, Volva. Prophecy, guidance, and direction. I'm here to help you. I'm here to- The reason why I know much more, or I have access to more things, is because I'm meant to help you. So let me help you. If not, moving. Planning, patience, cooperation. Introverted, burden, and responsibility. Heavy is the head that wears a crown. Heavy is the heart that loves everyone. And graceful is peace, wisdom, and intellect. Because when you have those things, mind, body, spirit, harmony, and a balance of the 5 elements, silent, cunning, and observant, being enspelled, beguiled, enchanted, planning, patience, and cooperation, burdens, responsibilities, introverted, prophecy, guidance, and direction. Those things become this. So you have a choice. Become this, or use everything you're going through as fertilization to create a bed of soil for yourself, to go through a Ragnarok, so you can recover who you truly are and revive better. Because sometimes you have to know when you're the problem and when you're not the problem. And if you're the problem, then you need to allow yourself to fix yourself. If you broke it, you gotta help fix it. Don't you? Isn't that something you were taught when you were younger? I'm not saying that. That's very insulting to whoever. So what I'm going to say is some of you would really benefit greatly from a sea salt and a few days of drinking water to clean your intestinal tract and your bladders. There is a certain scent energetically that occurs when people consume a lot of flesh, and you have to clean your aura with them, okay? And your children. If you have any nieces, nephews, get better food, get better ingredients, better quality stuff. Start growing your own thing. Remember the old ways. It's so pink in here. It's not pink in here when I'm looking in here. I'm not reading this. Three of Swords, Knight of Coins, Four of Cups. If you're hurt over someone, I'm just going to tell you this. If you're hurt over someone and you're trying to make an offer, the slower you go, the longer the swords stay there, don't you? Don't they? So if you're going through a Three of Swords, Nine of Pentacles, Four of Cups situation, cut it out, get over it, go create something. Never wait for anybody. If you ever boiled a pot of water, you ever stood there and stared at it? Did it boil any faster? There you go. That's better. No more Knight of Pentacles with the Four of Cups. Now we get the Knight of Wands with the Queen of Swords. And Gabriel's trumpet. That's better. Good. You gotta get over that defensive feeling. Because that's how the universe tests you to see if you're vulnerable or not and how strong you are. If you're going to succumb to any emotion of fear or failure or sadness or hesitation, then that's how strong you are. That's where your line is. That's where you stop putting effort. When those emotions course through your body, that's your obstacle. Aren't you tired of having that? So we have Judgment, Queen of Swords, Knight of Wands, Chariot, 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 Chariot. I don't know what Chariot is. Cheo. And then the Tower. Oh, obviously. I'm like, what is this? The star on one end, strength card over there, hangman right there. What is this? Oh, astrologically, these are Scorpio, Cancer, Scorpio, Leo, Leo, Aquarius, Gemini, and Sagittarius. Could be anybody, but Queen of Wands, Nine of Cups, Page of Cups. So the Queen of Swords turns into a Queen of Wands when the King of Wands or the Knight of Wands shows up in a chariot, shocks the Queen of Wands, Queen of Swords' world, turns her into a Queen of Wands, and then she goes into Page of Cups energy because she's just so fucking happy that she's like, oh, sprinkle, sprinkle all the good stuff in the world. Sprinkle, sprinkle all the good stuff. Sprinkle it everywhere. Victory. All in all, good news. Don't be so defensive. Don't be so offensive. Don't be such a bitch. Don't be so emotionally overbearing, and do not be so emotionally cowardly. Don't procrastinate. Do not waste your own time. Do not waste your own life. If you feel like you love someone, tell them. If you feel like you're done with someone, tell them. Stop wasting your life. If you're fighting a feud or competing with someone, remember it's only because you don't like yourself and the world around you. Because if you did, you'd be focusing on your own life to enjoy happy feelings inside your body. If you're gaining happy feelings off of doing bad stuff to other people, you have a parasite inside you called Toxoplasma gondii. Look it up. If you keep self-sabotaging yourself, you have an issue with being codependent and you want people to help you all the time. What else? How do you fix all that? Play with your inner child. Create something. Draw something. Apologize to yourself. Stand in the mirror naked and tell yourself all the things you really think. And if you can't do that, then stop thinking that. If you're sitting there daydreaming about being with someone, but you're too chicken to make any moves, stop thinking about them. Go do something else. You may as well think of a fucking story or a superhero because you're never going to do anything about it anyway, right? And if you are, then why haven't you? If you're working in a field that you're really not happy in, why don't you like yourself enough to change that field of employment? If you see people struggling and you're not helping them, what if those were your children from a different timeline and you don't remember? What if the people you hate, you fight with, or the people you avoid? What if this was a life where you guys were just supposed to have a nice simple life together? Do taxes and work at a laundromat together? What if those people you're constantly fighting with and blaming and doing whatever you're doing with were actually your lovers, your family, in a parallel dimension? And in this reality, you guys think that you're enemies or, friends or exes or some shit. It's sad. And you've seen everything everywhere all at once. You should. It'll give you a big sense of an open heart towards the end of it, where you realize everyone's family, everybody's family. And no matter what you believe about your family, no matter what you experience about your family, they're still your family, aren't they? And if you're avoiding them because you think they're not good enough or that you're not good enough, what else are you doing in your life with everybody else? So take care of yourself. Remember the cards in the beginning. Stand still. Rattle. Call yourself out. Look at the ghost dance you're doing with yourself. Why are you doing it? Are you proving a point? Are you learning something from it? Are you punching, like that Doctor Who episode, the diamond wall over and over until you get a crack in the wall so you can move forward? Or are you just punching it because you're angry? Are you learning something from it? Are you happy? Are you more happy than you are sad? Do you eat at least 2 times a day? Do you drink at least 2 cups of clean water a day? Do you at least spend 5 minutes per day just sitting there staring at something every day? If you didn't eat for a week, how many of those days would you still be pooping stuff that's in your intestinal tract? Think about that. So when you're thinking and you have all this stuff in your intestines and your stomach and all these chemicals going, your clarity is very clear because you have a brain in your guts too. Okay? So if you're going through stuff where you're clouded with reality, or you think there's conflict everywhere, or that you're in danger, or any of that stuff, remember, the physical body is an expression of your soul energy. You are your body. In Doom Patrol, there's a line, read it. The person that is breathing is me. It's not your body. It's who you are. To believe that it's your body and not who you are, that you're trapped in it, means that you think you're powerless and slave. Your body is an emanation of your soul and your energy. It's that simple. So you're always connected to source. You just don't feel it because you're doing things source doesn't want you to do. like killing each other for food. And I say each other to include animals because we're all family, we're all conscious. We all dream. Everything loves. Everything has memory. Even water, trees, stone, the air itself. What is light? Information, memory. So remember, please, that usher in a new paradigm. You cannot partake in culture, which includes killing something to consume its flesh. I'm not talking about eggs and butter. I'm talking about splitting an animal's throat, bleeding it out, and then cutting its body to pieces and calling it steak, bacon, rump roast, barbecue ribs. Good stuff, right? Tasty. But remember, that flesh goes in your intestines. You guys process all that energy that made that flesh through your intestinal tract. Then you poop it out. Just think of the actual factual things that happen in that what you're actually doing. Now, think about how that would make you behave with other people. The state of violence and death would emit from you because your energetic field consumed the flesh of something else, right? So you would pursue something that hasn't done that as something different. And you'd be like, oh no, it's a threat. You're just scared because you've been eating the flesh of animals that have died through trauma. Those animals can walk up and say, yes, destroy, dear Farmer Bob, yeah, this is Bessie the cow, and yeah, just go ahead. Yeah, I gotta go on like, you know, Jenny's table over there for Christmas dinner. You think a fish swimming in water is like, oh, we're gonna go get caught today. Yeah, Cletus up there is fishing for New Year's Eve dinners. We gotta get migrate up there to go get killed. You think a chicken sitting there going, oh, bop, 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 bop. Time to get my head cut off today and go you get crispy fried. Clear your mind, clear your intestines, give your bodies a few days to poop out all that stuff inside you so that your thoughts aren't shitty. Cleanse your space, redecorate, use your creative energy to create something beautiful instead of something violent. And use your energy that you want to attract love with, or that you are in love with someone, whether you're in a relationship with them or not. Use that energy to better their lives too. Write them fucking love notes. Make them sandwiches. Clean the house better. Decorate the house better. Make it homey. Make it warm and peaceful. When you're walking past your lover, give them a little scratch on the head. Kiss their forehead. But when you're, going out, pick up something for your partner that you think they would like and just give it to them. If you're sitting at home and your partner's at work and they're coming home, cook something for them, dude. They've been at work all fucking day. The least you can do is make a fucking peanut butter and jelly sandwich. There's garbage in the house, there's stuff all over the house, your partner's at work. Why don't you clean the house? What else are you doing if you don't have a job? Your job is to be the housekeeper, the wife, the home take carer, caretaker. It's your job. If you don't want it to be your job, go hire someone else to do it and find yourself a different job. But don't blame your partners for being irritated when they come home from work and the house is a mess. And those of you who put all that on your partners who also have a job who are living at home, or you guys work from home together and you both work, don't put shit on each other like that. Work as a team. Pick up the slack. It's not always about who has more money or who has more this and who has more that. It's about who has more heart. Who is actually helping create the family. It's not about who's paying the bills. It's about who is making the home and the hearth and the food and the love and the memories that you want to take fucking photographs of every day to remember, to raise children with, to see them vacuuming the house and you're like just wanting to hold them because you can't get way too close to them. The little things. Yes, money's important. Yes, codependency is not all that great, but neither is too much independence. Letting people, giving them space to deal with their shit is great, but also being there for people and helping them and giving them advice is also better and more fun. Being angry at your partner is valid most of the time, but sitting there, fuming and not telling them why you're even angry or explaining it, that's childish. It's just childish. Raising children or, communicating with friends and family and telling them the truths and admitting things doesn't help them. They need to know the context so they can make up their own mind and learn their own lessons, not learn your lessons. Hence why I give you stories that are personal. I give you context. I give you emotions. Sometimes I play it out for you for more than a few days until you fucking comprehend it. So, what are you going to do right now? You're going to, do something nice for someone. Like maybe click the like button on this video, share, leave a nice comment, leave a whatever comment. I don't care. They're making me laugh. The bad ones. It's cute. At least you guys have put effort in. Yay. Whether it's a dislike or a like, thank you for the effort. A plus. Um, what you guys are sending as gifts and donations and stuff, thank you. I appreciate it. God bless you guys. May the gods bless you. And what you guys should be doing is doing more kind things because the world needs more kind things. It doesn't need more medieval battles of witches and warlocks and knights and empires and Robin Hood versus whatever the fucking sheriff of Nottingham was. Whatever. Right, if that's the game you want to play, can I play the Little Mermaid and just look at these things? Aren't they neat? Like what? There's so many other things to do. Spend your time wisely. Spend it in peace. How do you get there? Stop killing things to eat. If you're going to eat it, thank you. But if you're going to kill something or have something killed to eat it, then at least try to make it last for more than one plate of food. It took a long time to grow that thing inside its mother's belly before it ended on your plate as chicken or veal or some shit that you end up creating and turning into shit. Like, what a sacrilege. You know? Sorry, but I need to get you guys to comprehend this because nothing else I say matters if you guys think violence towards animals to sustain your physical bodies is just or fair. Especially when it's wasted in the forms of an entire cow dying and all you're doing is eating it. You're not using the rest of the bones, the stomach, the intestines, the beef tongue, brain, skin, none of it, right? You're just buying a piece of ground beef for steak. That's not honoring the life of that animal. So when you guys consume it, you gain weight because you're storing all that fear that the animal went through. It's fat. Fat is energy. Energy that isn't being processed in your system. You're holding on to it because you're afraid to process the trauma of that trauma. I adore you. I love you. I bless you. Um, take care of yourself. Have a wonderful December 22nd. The temperatures outside are starting to rise. We're 0 degrees now. So since then, we've gone up 5 degrees more since the time this video started. I love you. Take care of yourself. Thank you for everything. I will be back tomorrow more than likely. I don't think I'll be here Christmas Eve or Christmas Day, but we'll see. And excuse the pink overtone of everything. I literally only have those pink lights in there. Everything else is white light. So strange. I'm gonna go because I need to repop those two little bunnies into a bigger pink pot that is in the bathroom, defrosting because the soil in the planter was frozen fucking solid. And I was like, what the fuck? So it's in the tub defrosting. I'm gonna go plant those two in there. Some of that mint that's right there. A nice little planter. I'll post a picture on it on Instagram later. Maybe if I get it done today. I make some handmade Christmas presents. My niece, my mom, grandma, sisters. Hopefully they hold on to them. But either way, it'll be fun to mess with some stuff. Art, crafts, and paint. And I found paint for glass. So let's see if I can make some stained glass stuff. And I'll show you pictures of it later. Or if I get super bored, I'll give you a notification on YouTube where it's like, going live in a few minutes and we'll just do some arts and crafts. I literally woke up again 3 hours ago, 2 hours ago, some shit like that. 6 o'clock, 2 hours ago. After like another nap I took today. Dude, so much fucking peace. I can't even explain it. So much. All day long. Everywhere I go. Everything I do. It's just kind of boring now. Not in an ungrateful way, just my entire life I've had barely anybody be nice to me. And there's so many people doing so many little nice things here and there, and I'm like, I don't know how to do it with it yet. So I'm kind of in this little pink bubble. I'm like, what's going on out there? And everyone's like, we love you. And I'm like, ooh. Ooh, what does that mean? So I'm just going with it. I like people being nice. I just don't know how to deal with it yet. So if I'm like super awkward with you guys and stuff, like I don't know how not to live and be surviving and fighting all the time. I just don't know what it's like until recently. I don't even know what it's like to get more than 2 hours of sleep per night until today. You tell how squishy I look. I'm like, I don't get it. Is this how normal people are? Even those antibiotics I was taking, like, I'm done with the first course. Let me tell you, I feel a little sleepy most of the time, but my appetites return. I'm like super hungry all the time, exercising, playing, laughing. Like yesterday, I laughed myself into fucking hysterics because I thought of something so funny. Like some other version of me in my head I was listening to a conference call of everybody in my head, right? And I'm like peeking from the corner. What the fuck are these bitches in my head talking about? All the other versions of me. And I just sat there and I'm like, this is the craziest fucking life I've ever lived. I'm like a broken little mirror ball, and each little piece is its own life. And I'm like, oh. And I just point the light at, and I get to bloop bloop into any of them. It's weird. And I like this. Which grape is it today? I don't know. They're all in the same place, so all switching. Anyway, I hope you guys have a good night. Enough rambling. Okay, good 107:44. There's your synchronicity. The video has been going on for 107:52. We'll get it to 108 because that's a master healer number or something according to Buddhist something. And if you've been focusing this long on this vibration here, your life is going to improve a lot better. It's kind of like a little rope from a high vibrational place to wherever everyone else is. And then there's another rope being sent to me through other kind acts. So I get pointed up, you guys get brought up, you guys and your collectives get brought up, so on and so forth. So I hope you appreciate all the work that me and the spirit guides and stuff do. It's not simple or easy. We've just been doing it for a very long time. Okay? I love you. Take care of yourself. Stop wasting your life by holding back on what you feel for people. Tell them with nobility and grace, okay? It's not that difficult to pick up the phone and tell your parents you love them, or someone you hate that you don't hate them, or someone you love that you love them. It's not hard to leave a note for your mail person in the mailbox. It's not that difficult to, put a bowl of bird seeds or something out for your bird friends. It's not that difficult to be a good person. And you'll see that after you clean your intestines out. Okay. Have a wonderful night.